Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Topping our news this evening, new developments in an early morning Sarasota shooting that sent 2 women to the hospital. Police have named the suspect still on the loose.
Sarasota police say 33-year-old Linval Cahoon is considered armed and dangerous. Here's a picture of him. That shooting happened along 21st Street around 1:30 this morning. Police say Cahoon shot 2 women at close range. Both victims remain at Sarasota Memorial Hospital this evening with serious injuries. Cahoon has 45 previous felony charges, including aggravated assault and robbery. Though most neighbors say there is a lot of police activity in this area, they were surprised to hear 2 women were shot.
Well, it's not something that you hear every day, but surprising, that whatever could occur so fast and whatever time of the night, whatever, you got to be safe and on point out here,
Police say they have been called to this house 18 times since 2016. Half of those calls for service were this year alone. The calls range from family disturbance to suspicious incidents.
Tensions high outside of Manatee County Courthouse following the sentencing of the murder trial. The families of Kelly McPherson and Kevis McCullough came to blows outside in the street. This after McPherson was sentenced to life in prison for the shooting death of McCullough. Police had to break up the clash. No word if any arrests were made. McPherson shot McCullough during an argument back in 2015. Along with life in prison, McPherson will be sentenced to 15 additional years on top of his sentence for probation violations.
A suspicious incident involving a 15-year-old girl on her way to school this morning. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies say the girl was walking to Bayshore High School when a man blocked the sidewalk in front of her with his car and then asked if she wanted a ride to school. The man left and then returned a short time later, making additional comments to the girl. Deputies say the suspect is a black male, heavier set with thin dreads and peach fuzz on his face. He was seen driving a bronze or tan-colored SUVs. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. That number is 866-634-TIPS.
A disagreement between 2 Sarasota County School District leaders is now being aired in public.
School board member Eric Robinson expressed a concern to Superintendent Todd Bowden, but Bowden felt it was a personal attack. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley joins us now with more on this story. What can you tell us, Christopher?
Well, good evening. Superintendent Todd Bowden tells us he and school board member Eric Robinson have had a good working relationship together in the past. That is until a private meeting back in December.
Eric and I have what I would describe as a complex relationship.
The complexity of their relationship reached a climax at this past Tuesday's school board meeting.
I brought up an issue that I had brought up to him privately multiple times over multiple months because it wasn't being resolved.
I'm not proud of the exchange that took place on Tuesday nights. In some ways, I believe it was necessary because of the deterioration of the relationship privately.
Robinson's issue is Dr. Bowden's lack of attendance at certain meetings. Robinson feels that silence has been deafening, especially with other government leaders. He's worried it's left those leaders with a negative view of the school district.
There are meetings that we have with various government entities that he has decided, for whatever reason, not to go to. And that is well within his rights as superintendent.
Once I was in Tallahassee with a state superintendent meeting and visiting legislators.
Dr. Bowden spoke to us by phone Friday from a school trip to North Florida. He told us he's had other responsibilities during those past meetings. The two have spoken about the issue before, including a tense email exchange just days before Tuesday's meeting.
He told me that he would be coming after me on Tuesday night. I was not surprised by Mr. Robinson's attack.
Robinson says it wasn't an attack, but merely a chance to air a grievance to other school board members. After all, sunshine laws prohibit elected officials to speak in private.
I thought, new board member, that I would bring it up in front of the full board to see do other board members have a similar issue or not.
And as it turns out, another did. The school board chair, Bridget Ziegler. ABC 7 obtained a copy of an email from Ziegler to Dr. Bowden outlining times she felt he should have been present, writing, among other things, quote, "As superintendent of schools, strong leadership and commitment is not just needed, it is expected." For Dr. Bowden's part, he says he's working as hard as he can with a busy schedule and agrees both he and Robinson are trying to do their best for the students.
at the end of the day, I have the best interest of the students at heart. I believe Eric has the best interest of the students in heart. What
I got out of it was that the concern that I had about missing meetings, the majority of the board did not share that concern, and we can move on.
We asked both men if they feel they could put this issue behind them and work together in the future. Both men agreed they'd like to move on. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. A new program that could be the key to preventing school violence is being introduced in Manatee County. It's called Handle with Care, and it allows law enforcement to notify a school about a student that may have experienced trauma or something serious at home. Instead of school staff punishing students who may be going through something at home and then act out at school, teachers and staff will get a heads up on what's going on.
A child that's recently been involved in a traumatic event, whether that's witnessing an arrest, witnessing a shooting, or being a child abuse victim. And we found a way to communicate that from law enforcement, everyone that's here at this table, child protection, to the school board.
So far, 9 cases have already been reported to Manatee County schools just this week alone.
The school district of Manatee County is taking a closer look at its dress code policy after a female student attended Braden River High School without a bra on earlier this week. But the student says the dress code is not the problem. The issue is how school staff handled that situation. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us now live from Braden River High School to share more on what happened and how it's being addressed. Erica?
Jacqueline, 17-year-old Lizzie Martinez says she came here to Braden River High School wearing a gray long-sleeve t-shirt without a bra because she had sunburn on her shoulders. She was told the outline of her nipple could be seen through her shirt, distracting male students. So she was sent to the office and asked to put Band-Aids over her chest to cover up the distraction.
It was a concern of my teachers that I wasn't wearing undergarments.
Braden River High School junior Lizzie Martinez was given this shirt by a male friend. She was recovering from a sunburn, so she wore the shirt to school on Monday without a bra. But halfway through the school day, she was sent to the office.
They made it seem like I should be embarrassed that I wasn't wearing a bra or ashamed or something, and I was just like, I felt comfortable.
She says the school's dean told her the outline of her nipples were distracting male students in her class, then asked her to put on another shirt underneath, move her body around, and then place 2 Band-Aids over each nipple.
You know that really ugly cry you do sometimes? I was just like looking in the mirror with these Band-Aids and I was just crying, probably for a good 10 minutes in the bathroom.
The school district's code of conduct does not mention the requirement for students to wear undergarments, including a bra, but it does say students could face in-school suspension if personal attire distracts teachers or other students. School District General Counsel Mitchell Teitelbaum says Martinez violated the school dress code and it was a, quote, appropriate matter to address by the school. In a statement to ABC 7, Teitelbaum says the superintendent's office is aware of the situation, adding the matter should have been handled differently and has taken corrective measures to prevent a similar situation from happening in the future. Martinez feels she was shamed because of her female anatomy, arguing the issue isn't about the dress code, but that the school staff specifically targeted her because of her breasts.
But you can say anything's distracting because it's just like a very broad term. So I think that that's why they put it back on dress code, because they realized that what they did with me moving around and putting Band-Aids over my nipples was completely inappropriate.
Martinez's mother has been in touch with Superintendent Dr. Diana Green. The family's been told that the school district plans to update its dress code policy to require undergarments in the future. Reporting live at Braden River High School, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Erica, thank you. For the latest news happening across the Suncoast, plus your up-to-the-minute first alert forecast, make sure to head over to our news and weather app. You can find them both under WWSB or My Suncoast in the App Store.
Well, it is the first Friday of the new month, meaning Music on Main will soon begin underway in Lakewood Ranch.
That's right. The block party begins at 6 o'clock with live music, food, and family-friendly fun. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now live from Main Street with a preview. How is it out there, Bob?
It's great. People are already putting their chairs up. We've got a full house already, it seems like. Music begins at 6 o'clock. Karen and the Jimmy Band will be performing. A great band here. They've been here numerous times and has some great music, and it looks like a pretty good crowd. Pretty good weather, too. Let's face it, we went through the winter months and the fall months and had some near rainouts and some rainouts, but not tonight. It is going to be outstanding weather here. Let's go and show you what's happening. Currently, we have 80 degrees, and the dew point temperature is still rather comfortable right now. We are looking at dew point temperatures slowly rising as an increase in moisture begins to move on in, and that's in advance of the next cold front, which will again push on in, it looks like, sometime late tomorrow afternoon, more so in the evening. As far as that satellite and radar picture goes, you can see that storm system developing over Oklahoma, Arkansas, and northern sections of Mississippi tonight. All that is going to be heading off these. The low pressure areas over Arkansas, temperatures currently pretty mild, really. A little bit warmer inland, but near the coast, you can't beat it. And as far as the forecast goes, we are going to see some fog, but that won't happen until after midnight. More so right around sunrise, that fog could get rather thick. And so that could be an issue for folks traveling early in the morning hours. Now, here's the Futurecast showing a pretty nice day throughout all of Saturday. Not bad at all. We'll start to see that rainfall move in, if it does at all, late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, as a result of that frontal boundary coming on in. We'll have the complete details on our weekend weather forecast and talk about another cold front, which is expected to move in on Tuesday, bringing with it a good chance for showers. Here's some of the dogs behind us. We got Lola back there. I just met Lola here a little bit. You can bring your pet as long as it's on a leash. Well, much more on this and the weekend weather coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
See you in a little bit. Thank you so much, Bob. Still to come on your Suncoast News tonight, an escalating trade dispute between the world's two largest economies, why China is vowing to fight the U.S. at any cost.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert weather forecast from Music on Main. Plus, how a new infrared camera may change cancer surgery.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
It's California Closet's lighting and accessories sales event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotole Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark Sarasota, presented by the Culture Group.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
We remember Hurricane Irma all too well, and now predictions are out for this year's tropical season. I'm Joey Panic. On Monday, we sit down with meteorologist John Scalzi and ask him to explain why this year may be a busy one. A Suncoast designer shows us unique Burmese python jewelry. Plus, we learn about Any Given Child, Sarasota, And Oaken Stone joins us in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
It's California Closet's lighting and accessories sales event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Threats of a trade war have caused global markets to plunge today after President Trump doubled down on his call to slap more tariffs on Chinese goods.
ABC's Maggie Rowley has the latest.
A tit for tat over tariffs as rhetoric about a potential trade war with China is sending financial markets around the globe into a downward spiral.
The president is going to actually do something and be tough when no one else has been willing to do this. Look, China created this problem.
President Trump's now threatening to tack on an additional $100 billion in tariffs on some Chinese goods. That's on top of the $50 billion he already proposed. He says the new tariffs are in response to China placing tariffs on key U.S. products. The president today on WABC Radio.
So we may take a hit, and you know what? Ultimately, we're going to be much stronger for it. But it's something we had to do.
The Chinese say they don't want a trade war, but they're not afraid to fight one either. The country's Commerce Ministry spokesman calls the U.S.'s behavior utterly unreasonable and a big mistake, saying the Chinese side has fully prepared and will without hesitation counterattack with great strength. As the threats fly, the president's new chief economic advisor says it's time for China to be held accountable for their trade practices.
How about this? Why has China gone 2 decades without making the changes that the entire world and the governing organization knows they've been breaking?
World markets took a dive over the news, and in the U.S., Dow Jones Industrial Average opened lower and kept on dropping. China has filed an official complaint with the World Trade Organization over the planned U.S. tariffs, and today the president tweeted out the WTO is unfair to the U.S. Maggie Rowley, ABC News, New York.
All right, a free concert block party happening tonight in Lakewood Ranch.
Yep, Music on Main will get underway at 6 o'clock. In the meantime, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joining us now live with the first alert forecast from Main Street. Bob?
Karen and Jimmy Band playing at 6 o'clock, and the crowd is already here. A lot of chairs set up. This is going to be a big night here. Karen and Jimmy have performed here on numerous occasions, and they always get a great showing. They play great music. On top of that, a lot of people are in the restaurants getting a little dinner prior to the start of the free concert here. Music on Main for the first Friday of the month right here in April. Well, you couldn't ask for better weather. Let's face it, it's sunny and it's mild. The humidity isn't all that high. Sarasota Bay webcam showing basically clear skies throughout the day, and we are going to continue to see pretty nice conditions, it looks like, right on in through the weekend, although we will see a little increase in clouds. Saturday looks to be okay. Sunday, a different story. We'll see some clouds around more than sun with a chance for showers. There's the weather headlines as they read right now. Some fog possible tomorrow morning, and then the front arrives again tomorrow late afternoon and evening. There's a look at the surface map. High pressure dominating our weather to the east now. That's going to get bumped out of here by that high pressure ridge, and then we will see, by the cold front I should say, and then we'll see some cloudiness associated with that front. Temperature right now 80 degrees and the dew point temperature at 66. The relative humidity comfortable, 62%. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 11 miles an hour. Temperatures up and down the coast a little bit cooler in the upper 70s right now. Mid-80s inland in places like Mahaca City, Northport at 83 degrees. And as far as the forecast goes for fog, we will see the possibility of some fog tomorrow morning. The winds will be out of the west and southwest throughout the day tomorrow. Boaters beware. They'll be up to about 15 knots, and there's the forecast for Saturday. So looks pretty good. All Saturday, we'll see partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds late in the day. The chance for showers comes after, say, 5, 6 o'clock, and then it will increase up until about 9 when it comes to that rain. Well, here's a look at the futurecast showing those clouds on the increase. Notice that line of showers really thins out as it heads our way. And then that front just kind of hangs over the top of us and bringing with it, again, a slight chance for showers on Sunday. A better chance for showers comes Tuesday as yet another cold front moves on in. Now, as far as the Northeast, get a look at the snowstorm. A series of storms moving through the upper Mississippi Valley, mid-Mississippi Valley, and in throughout the Great Lakes. Snow accumulation could be as high as 6 to 8 inches into Wisconsin and Minnesota. Lesser amounts, but still snow into Ohio and parts of the Northeast, not getting as much. Look at the temperatures, too. They've really dropped. This little polar vortex has slipped down into the northern plain states right now and into the Great Lakes. Well, here's the boating forecast as it stands. Look for winds out of the southwest at around 15 knots. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet. There'll be a moderate chop out there. There's the water temperature, 76 degrees, and the beaches will see a high of 79. The forecast is calling for partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies by tomorrow late afternoon. Temperatures staying fairly warm, right near average or slightly below it by Wednesday of next week. But really the chance for rain will be on Tuesday. That'll be the best chance. And we have a chance for showers tomorrow late, mainly Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and low temperatures staying pretty close to seasonal averages for this time of year. So not bad at all. Not bad out here at Music on Main here at Lakewood Ranch. Karen and the Jimmy Band, we'll be talking to a couple of the members there here in just a little bit. I get a feel for what kind of music they'll be playing tonight and whether they're going to let me sing a little bit as well. But you can see by the gathering of the chairs and some of the people here, looks like it's going to be a full crowd. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thanks so much. Let's check traffic tonight on the Sun Coast. I-75 is slow moving tonight. Both north and southbound lanes are slow going at this hour. This is from Clark Road north to University Parkway. So it's going to take a little bit of time to use the interstate tonight. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, how did a butterfly inspire surgeons to revolutionize cancer surgery? With more, here's ABC's Arlette Saenz.
Cancer surgery has two goals: to remove all of the cancerous tissue, but leave as much healthy tissue as possible. It's often tough to tell just where a tumor ends and normal tissue begins. One group of investigators took a lesson from an insect. The Morpho butterfly can see infrared light and normal color light at the same time. Based on the design of the Morpho's eye, they developed a camera built right into surgical glasses, which surgeons can use to spot cancer cells. These cells are highlighted by dye that puts out an infrared signal. Look at what the glasses allow surgeons to see during surgery. In real time, everything that glows is cancer. Everything that doesn't is not. Surgeons here could easily see lymph nodes where cancer had spread. These glasses are still in the trial phase, but they may soon be the standard in an operating room near you. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Saenz, ABC News.
WebMD is launching a new version of its symptom checker. The tool has been completely redesigned with an emphasis on providing a better user experience and more accurate results. The symptom checker allows consumers to enter symptoms and then find the most relevant information quickly and easily so they can make better, more informed health decisions. The tool is being used by 4 million people a month and is the most popular tool of its kind. While smoking has decreased among teens, overall tobacco use has remained steady because vaping has become so common. The CDC says more than 2 million U.S. middle and high school students used e-cigarettes or vaping in 2016. Critics say all of the different flavors entice kids to start vaping. One study found some of these flavors contain diacetyl, a chemical linked to severe respiratory disease. Columbia University researchers found that the vapor has toxic metals like chromium, nickel, zinc, and lead. With very little regulation, people are not fully aware of what they are consuming. Coming up, a new spaceship makes a successful test flight over the Mojave Desert, and these new German Shepherd puppies are getting ready for police training. We'll have more on these stories when we come back.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in an accident, whether or not it's your fault, your insurance company might be responsible for some of your expenses. So give us a call. We've got your back.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
The La Musica International Chamber Music Festival, the annual celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota, with renowned musicians from around the world. April 9th through April 18th at the Sarasota Opera House. Visit lamusicafestival.org, click on Festival, open tickets, and get your seats now.
"20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years. At the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs' Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs' Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs' Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs. And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals. And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Virgin Galactic's new spaceship took its first flight since the fatal crash of its original space plane back in 2014. The VSS Unity climbed at supersonic speed over California's Mojave Desert yesterday. The company plans to carry tourists on suborbital hops into the lower reaches of space, where they can see the Earth far below and then the stars beyond. This was the final portion of Unity's flight test program, which began after that 2014 test flight crash that killed one of its pilots and set back the project. Its previous test flights, Unity either remained attached to another ship or was released to glide back to the ground without lighting its engine. A crash involving an SUV and a big rig ended with a massive fire on an interstate in Dallas this morning. Video from the scene showed the big rig's cab dangling from a bridge with significant damage done to the side of that bridge. Shortly after the crash, traffic cameras captured multiple explosions and flames burning across lanes of the interstate. The hazardous materials team was called to the scene to help with that cleanup.
Wow, scary situation there. We'll meet the newest additions to the Australian Federal Police, these puppies in training. The police department released this video on their Facebook page saying that their canine team has welcomed these 3 German Shepherd puppies. They're named Lexi, Maddie, and Rosie, and they are getting ready to head off to the Police Dog Academy for training. How adorable. Now I want to go pet a German Shepherd puppy.
I mean, you just want to play with them at that point, right?
Yeah. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a road swap between the Florida Department of Transportation and Sarasota County could impact a controversial development project.
And a deadly bacteria is making its way into Florida hospitals. Are we at risk here on the Suncoast? We'll have the story when we come back.
It's California Closet's lighting and accessories sales event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Fun for the whole family, the 26th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County, fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment with headliners the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Maiden Cane, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4, children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Venice Airport Festival grounds.
The Wild Broadway series brings you Funny Girl. Fanny Brice dreams of being famous and through sheer guts and determination becomes a star of the Ziegfeld Follies. Playing March 28th through April 15th, it's the songs and story that generations have grown to love. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Don't rain on my parade. Come see Funny Girl.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwell's at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.